Alright, hello, what's up? It's Gokuma. Welcome to the channel. And tonight we're going to start playing Silent Hill 2. Probably not going to get very far because I had a busy day today. And so I came home like pretty late, but I think even if I play for like an hour, like whatever, it's fine. But yeah, so talk about my day really quick. So I go to work today, and today was the school um with the teacher that I like, that going on a date with for Valentine's. And um yeah, it wasn't really like a typical day there. It started out normal, but in the middle, so I teach I teach a class with her for like for 2 periods. But today that wasn't the case. Which technically is fine because like her students are kind of a pain in the ass, and it would have been nice to like work together with her, but but that would be it. Like we would just be working together. Like we wouldn't really be it's not like we would have been chatting or anything like that. It would just been strictly business, which is fair. That's kind of like how it should be. Um, so instead, we had something we called a Kyogen performance. It's some type of like traditional Japanese performance that's from what appears to be like basically like a comedy thing. And the thing with a lot of these like traditional like Japanese performances, and what I mean by traditional is like these are things that like they've been doing for like hundreds of years and still do it like to this day. And the thing about all of these though is their performances are, like they're working with like incredibly limited stuff. Like, there's not really much in the way of like of props or things. It's mostly about their performance, itself. um with this, it's so it's basically like the same idea, but it's more rooted in like comedy and stuff, but while also um being like grounded and relatable and stuff. And and also it's done in an old fashioned way. So with like all the skits that they did, um it's they all take place like old Japan from like fucking centuries ago. um like it was hard for me to follow like what the fuck was going on. And I'm like, oh, okay, because it's like, I don't like, I know Japanese, but I don't know Japanese. And I can't follow along, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, that's not really unusual or anything, but it's like, but I really couldn't pick up on anything going on. It was like, yeah, it's like, really, I can't like nothing like at all whatsoever. And so the teacher that I like, she goes up to me and she was like, oh, like, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, like it's interesting, but like I don't understand what's going on. And she's like, oh, well, that's okay, because it's hard for us to understand also. And she was explaining because they're speaking like like old Japanese, like for us it'd be like ye old English, from like fucking Shakespeare or something. And so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because I was like, yeah, I'm not good at Japanese or anything, but I usually start picking up on something, and then once I pick that up, like, okay, I'm able to kind of like follow along a bit. But this time around, it's like, dude, I have no idea what the fuck is like, what is going on? What are you saying? What are you trying to tell me? But yeah, so but yeah, so that took up like the rest of the morning, and then everything else was business as usual. Um, After lunch, so first off, but before that, like I did get to, like casually talk to her for a bit and stuff. Um, and then after lunch, I I went back into into the office. So this is during like the lunch break. And so to specify real quick, the reason why like I say it like that is because we have like our lunch time, but then we also have like the lunch break. That's after lunchtime. Typically like the teachers, we're not so much on break. Like we're in the office like working on stuff, but the students are definitely on. Like at the very least, we don't have classes to deal with. So I go into the office like during lunch break, and she's there. But she's all like dressed up, like nice, and it's like, and it's either like there's something going on in the afternoon where because she has to dress up nice, or like I don't know, like that she's gonna be busy uh some way. So I go up to her and I'm like, "Oh, are you gonna be busy later in the afternoon?" Because usually, like after, after school when classes are done is when like we go and we sit down and we talk, for a bit. But she said that um she has to go to one of the schools for an observation class. And I was like, "Oh, like okay." Cuz I was like, "All right, like do you have time to talk really quick, cuz I wanted to tell her about the ideas that I had um for Valentine's Day." And because like I kind of felt like, I like there was a bit of a rush because I'm like, I don't know these people's schedules. They're constantly doing something, or there's constantly something coming up that they have to do, and it's like I am deathly afraid to talk to teachers um for that reason. And so now it's like I felt like a little like pressure. And then I started also feeling nervous like telling her the plans. So I feel like I fucking just undersold like everything. Kind of like I explained like I gave her like two choices. Like I was like, okay, we have like the traditional like romantic date, or we have like like a chill relaxed uh date. And I made those options because I wasn't sure, like exactly like what she would be into. Um, you know, so that's why like I made two options, and I kind of like briefly explained them because in the interest of time. So I'm like, okay, for traditional romantic, we're gonna do this, this, and this. But then when it came to like the chill and relax one, I was like, oh, like for this, we can just do this and that's that. But it's like I actually came up with other plans, like and ideas for that. Like it wasn't just gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna go and play video games. Like no, we're gonna like go to a cafe, play, go my place, play video games, and then eat pizza, watch a movie, and then go to like this really nice shrine that's close to me. None of that came out. None of that came out. So it was as if I like that wasn't really, yeah, like that wasn't really like the the choice. Like it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you choices, but only one of them is gonna sound good. It was like That was not the that was not supposed to be like that. I planned them both out, so I felt like they could both be like equally as good and fun, and it just simply came down to like her mood. You know, it's just like if you want to go out and be out and about and do stuff and have that traditional Valentine's date, it's like we can do that, or we can um still do something chill and relaxed, but um it's like it won't be romantic, but it'll be like personal. um yeah, it would still be, if anything, it would be like intimate. I should have sold it like that. God damn it. um I realize I'm bad at this. I am bad at this. Shit. Shit. Anyways, I mean, like, I'm not fussed or bothered at all. Like that she picked the so okay, so basically, of course, she's gonna pick the traditional romantic date, which she probably wanted to do regardless. Um, but um, it's like, yeah, I completely like fucking undersold like the other thing. So yeah, yeah, I definitely, yeah. I should probably message her, like probably not today or tomorrow, like probably on Friday. Like I'll probably be like, "Hey, hope you had a good week." Um, yeah, so I was really nervous when I was telling the plans, and I felt like I didn't do a good job at, at explaining. Um, but I could explain that, like I think I'd rather explain that in person. So yeah, if I can. But anyways. But anyways, yeah. So she ended up picking the traditional romantic date, and I was like, like cool, and I'm fine with like either decision because I planned both things out in a way that they would both be like interesting and fun, like regardless. So whether she picked one or the other, like it doesn't matter. I made plans for both these things, so I would have um like been fine, um either way. But I do feel like it was one of those things where it's like, hey, here's a choice. Here's one that sounds really good, and here's one that sounds like shit. Like, yeah. So I just feel like, yeah, I just did like a bad job, like um explaining, but it's okay because if this goes really well, she might want to go on another date or something. And I think for that next one, like, okay, we can do something like chill and relax, instead of like going out and doing stuff. But yeah, so today, regardless, was like another win. It's she's looking like she's really looking forward to um to the date, which is good. It's I was thinking like, cuz yeah, yeah, cuz I can't say anything personal about her, like her history or anything. I like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know, especially, I want her to have like a really great, after everything she's been through. Let's just say that. I want her to have like a really good time, and experience. And yeah, hopefully this will be like, the romantic Valentine's, you know that she didn't know that she really wanted. Because traditionally, like Valentine's Day, like it's not obviously it's not a Japanese thing, but it is a pretty well known thing. But it's like in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, normally Valentine's Day is different. Like on Valentine's Day, like the girls give guys the chocolates, but then there's another day the following month, I don't know, called White Day or something, and that's where the guys give girls like chocolates or whatever. I don't know, it's like weird. Um so yeah, so like Valentine's Day typically is supposed to be where like the girls do something for the guys, but it's like, nah. I'm doing this like fucking straight up American. Like, no, like, especially because like I'm the one who asked her out. So I'm gonna be the one that we're like, especially because I'm planning shit and whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna like take care of her that day. And yeah, I just hope that she just has a really great time and experience. Of course, that's still hoping that it does happen, because there's the health of her grandfather, like, kind of like looming over this. Um so I don't know, we'll see what happens. But now that I know that this is what she wants to do, um I'm going to start like making plans. Like, I started like looking up like restaurants and stuff, like, um around the area, um and coming up with like basically like a plan of attack for like when we go to sorry, when we go to Hastenbosch. That way, like, we're not just like aimlessly like walking around. I want to be able to be like, hey, like, let's go here, and then let's go here, and then let's go here. And then go somewhere, eat dinner. um and then by the time we're done, it should be around the time of watching fireworks and stuff. And I'm also hoping that sometime between all that, like, we go on the Ferris wheel. So, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything more to add with that. So, um, yeah, I guess stay tuned for more updates. But there's probably not going to be anything much until like I see her again. Um, there's not really gonna be much in the way of like messaging. I don't think I have much reason to like message her in between. And you'll be like, what do you mean you have much reason to message? Like, Japanese culture, man, like, it's a different, it's a whole different thing. um they're naturally not big on messaging, in my experience, whether it's whether on a professional level, or even like on a personal level. Like, I've have Japanese friends who like I'm really close to, and you message them, and it's like you got to wait 1 to 3 business days before you get a response. Like, I think, because I think it was Monday or Tuesday where like I messaged her about like how, like, oh, I've been thinking about like what to do for Valentine's Day, and I have like two plans or whatever. And dude, she didn't read that until like fucking later today, like just a few hours ago. So, and that's what I mean. It's they they use it like when necessary, like when they have to. It's like talking to people like isn't really like a casual thing. Like just having like straight up conversations or anything. So, so yeah, so kind of like learning and keeping that in mind. Um, um, you know, yeah, I don't really have much of a reason to message her. Anyways, Silent Hill 2. So yesterday I streamed, and because this is the Silent Hill 2 director's cut and I've never played the director's cut version of this game, um there it there's a extra scenario where you play as Maria, and it's like you play as her while she's already in Silent Hill. Shit's already fucked, and she'll be shortly meeting with James. And it wasn't very long. I think it only took me like a couple hours to get through, and that was that. It was um it was probably, honestly, like it was probably like unnecessary to play through, or to have like there was nothing of, I don't think, of like significance. But you did play like kind of like in this little like not little home, but like this little mansionish type place, and it really gave me like Resident Evil vibes. And I don't know if that was something that they like purposely meant to do, or if it was just like a nod to Resident Evil. But I don't know, I thought that was cool. But other than that, like that was pretty much it with that. So now we're going to at least start Silent Hill 2, and formally, like get into it. It's like I said, this will not be a long stream, unfortunately. Because I signed on like way too late. But I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow, so that's why I'm like, okay, let me try to stream tonight, because I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. um to be honest, like I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, fuck it, we'll play. I already fucking booted this shit up. I already went through the fucking hassle. So yeah. So, but really quick, to talk about Silent Hill 2 itself, or my experience with Silent Hill 2, because I think yesterday I think I talked like a little bit about Silent Hill 2, the game, in regards of like when it came out, and its reception, and all that. But for me, so of course, like, really interested in playing Silent Hill 2 after playing Silent Hill 1. And Silent Hill 2 being the first game of the PS2 Silent Hill trilogy. Um, I mean, the PS2, of course, was such a great fucking system. So, anticipation for Silent Hill on it, like was pretty high. And yeah, no, Silent Hill 2 like definitely did not disappoint at all. And of course, like compared to like the first one, I mean, well, shit, you know, better graphics, way better graphics, less jankiness, um, you know, like better story, and yeah, just it Silent Hill 2 was everything that a good sequel was is supposed to be. Um, and for me, I played just like the other Silent Hill games. I've only played it once, and that was around the time that it came out. So we're talking about, I think it shows the dates on there. I think it says 2003. So yeah, that's over 20 years ago. That's over 20 years ago, my dude. Like that just yeah, yeah. So I hardly remember much about the game. I there's like some things I kind of remember, but also not really. And there's I mean, as I'm playing the game, I might like remember stuff, but probably not really, because I think with Silent Hill 1, when I was playing, it was like, yeah, no, there's a lot of shit like I just didn't remember. And it felt like I was playing the game for the first time for the most part. Like, yeah, there's like very, very little parts that's like, oh yeah, I remember this. So, um, yeah, let's see how much of Silent Hill 2 happens. But anyways, yeah, no, but Silent Hill 2 was like, it was a really good game. Like it was a great game for me to play at the time. Um I know for a lot of people, Silent Hill 2 is the best of the Silent Hill 2s, like easily. For me personally, it's 3, and I think a lot of it is like a matter of probably preference. Um, you know, because both games are like really good. They're just like, the stories that they're telling are a lot different, and I don't know, I just felt like the third one was better, but that's it. It's just, to me, I just liked it more, and that's that. But um but that doesn't take away from like number two is like pretty fucking great, and it kind of just really showed like what you can do with horror games in that generation at the time. Because you know uh Capcom and Konami, they did the best that they could with the hardware that they had at the time. And then we get into like this PS2 era, and um yeah, there's shit they can do. So anyways, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. Like I said, it's not gonna be a very long stream, but I feel like playing a little something is better than nothing. Also, to add, I got my new controller came in. It's a HyperX, um like Xbox controller. So it should feel a lot comfortable, because I was using an Xbox controller before, but it's a pretty old controller. Like, I've had it for like years, and I've played so many games on it, and eventually, like, I think one of the analog sticks like just kind of like started going bad, like just from wear and tear. Um, and then I started using a PS5 controller, but yeah, I'm not too crazy about PS5 controllers, to be honest. Like, I don't know, they don't really feel that comfortable to me. Um I don't know, which is weird, because I've never really had a problem with PlayStation controllers up until PS5. Maybe I had criticisms about them, like PS1 controller did have like really rough did have a really rough D-pad. Um PS3, at that point I started feeling like these controllers are like they feel like a toy. Like a fucking children's toy. PS4 controller was fucking great. That controller was really really great. And then we get to like PS5 and it's like I don't know. It's like I it just doesn't feel right. There's just some ergonomic issue with it. But the Xbox controller, like, nah, like if that shit felt great. So I think that's gonna be I think it's already feeling like that's gonna be the case with this one. Like this one's gonna be fine. Like it does feel a bit weird on the upper part of the controller where because it's like it's really curved. Um, so it's like it's kind of weird. Like so I can't really like I mean I yeah. I feel like my finger has to stretch a bit to reach like L1 and R1, but at the same time where my fingers are naturally rested, because they're rested over the triggers, like hit the corners of the bumpers like just fine, like without really moving my finger. Like maybe I'll move it a little bit, but to be honest, it's like no, like where they're rested, I could hit the buttons just fine. So, it's I think for in that case it's just a matter of me like just getting used to it, but I think for the most part it should be fine. I don't think there'll really be like any issues. And the important thing is not having any issues of discomfort or anything, which is kind of like what I felt with the PS5 controller. And I don't know, like I didn't think the PS5 controller was that great with fighting games. But all right, so that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I'm being asked lots of questions. All right, so I have my choice of action level, and um, this is not a fucking skill thing. Like I like if you're here because like you want to fucking watch someone go through a challenge or something. No, no, no. This isn't it. Like we're just here to have like a fucking chill good time, you know, experience this game, and that's that. Very seldom will you get like a fucking challenge stream out of me. So, with that being said, we're gonna go with beginner, even though it's kind of unnecessary, but we're just gonna go beginner anyways. For riddle level, let's just we'll keep it to normal. We'll keep that to normal.
this town.
How long does Silent Hill 2 take to beat?
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Bro, did you not, like, I don't know, when she died, like, bury the body and all of that shit? Like, shouldn't you know that she's dead? Also, the background, I kind of, you couldn't notice back then because, you're playing on, PS2 on a fucking CRTV or something. But nah, like, for the background, like, nah, they definitely took a fucking photo and just fucking pasted it for the background, which is smart. And, it stands out a lot now, but back then it's like, wow, graphics are so good. It was like, wait a minute. You just fucking pasted a picture. Oh, let me check his car really quick. Okay, map of Silent Hill. That's very important. Damn it. I'm already, like, suddenly I've started getting sleepy. Oh, I definitely heard something. Okay, he does slow down after a while, but it's like after a long while. Oh, that's from the thing. Music is so good in this game. Loading time is pretty bad though.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay.
Like,
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This, this town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, shit. I'm getting sleepy. It's not a good sign. Like, and it happened out of nowhere. Like, I felt fine earlier. It happens. Let's just try to at least, like, play a bit. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, it happened yesterday also, where it's like, I don't know, my computer just goes into hibernation mode. And I'm in the middle of playing. I don't know why it does that. But the fact that it happened a second time in a row, like, yeah, I need to find out why the fuck it did that. But not tonight. Hopefully it'll be okay and that shit like won't happen again. But yeah, I don't know. It happened yesterday also, where just out of nowhere, like, I don't know, it just went into hibernation mode. And I don't know why. That's never happened before, until like yesterday. So I gotta fuck with my settings. Wait a minute. I might not have sound in the game. Okay, I don't think I have sound in the game. All right. So shit. All right, I may have to like restart or something.